First off, thank you all for having me. I'm battling a little bit of food poisoning, so bear with me on this. But Sunstone, thank you for inviting me out, and TiE, thank you for having me here. So my name is Ethan Glass. I'm CEO and co-founder of Ocra. Ocra is a B2B SaaS company that's in revenue and building an API layer for the parking industry. When we first started Ocra, we set out to solve the parking nightmare around the LA Coliseum. In doing so, we became obsessed with parking and learned a lot on the ground level, being valets and parking attendants there, ultimately building our own parking operation, managing over 800 spaces, 20 different locations, and doing $40,000 to $50,000 a day in revenue. When COVID hit, unfortunately, we, as an event parking operator, felt the blunt of that. And so what we did is we took our team of 4, built a bot, reached out to over 3,000 parking professionals on LinkedIn, and said, hey, what problems did you have pre-COVID? What problems do you have during this lockdown? And also what tech initiatives you have going forward. In doing so, we learned that it was kind of a ubiquitous problem that all these companies face this fragmentation in the parking industry. All these technologies have been built over the last 2 decades, and no one has the API layer of communication. And so we had built a small way to change the rates with one click for ourselves, thinking that we were the only ones with that parking operation problem. But then this customer discovery realized this was a much larger problem that we could deal with. And so imagine that you're an alley operator and you're tasked with managing just rates and inventory for parking inventory of spaces in real time across your sales channels. You can see that Ali is pretty frustrated here because this is a common parking operator tech stack. And so you're managing dozens of technologies, and imagine trying to connect all these and change rates, sync your inventory levels, understand the performance of your parking asset. It's very difficult. Our solution is quite simple. We partner and integrate these different technologies together. We are a Switzerland player in the parking industry, and we've built many different technologies through bots, scrapers, API intercepts, and also custom integrations with these companies in order to provide a one-to-many connection. So a parking operator can use us to optimize their assets. So we have 2 core offerings. The first is for parking operators and asset owners, which is a platform for them to manage all their different technologies. And so the platform looks like this right here, very quick and easy to use. It's a web-based service. We've also made it very mobile responsive so that parking operators can use it out in the field, which is a common problem they have because they're used to just calling their account reps and trying to get rates changed on the fly, which never really works out so well. The other core offering is our Rails. This is kind of our API layer approach. We've already been growing this pretty fast. We're licensing to multiple different customers, anywhere from 5 to 30K a month. And the Ocra data can be utilized both in the parking industry and externally in adjacent industries. With our recent investment from Parker Technology, who's a call center in the parking industry, we've also built our partner API. And so I can speak more to that offline, but it's helping us grow exponentially in this offering as well. Our team, this is the team that makes it all happen. Nate and I started the company in college together at Occidental, playing on the soccer team. Once we started raising some money, we brought on software experts like Garth and Trey and Travis and Leo, all who have built and sold multiple companies. We also realized that we have to bring in parking experts as well. So Chris Everton, our VP of Product and Partnerships, was at Town Park for 15 years, one of the biggest parking operators in the country, was actually trying to build our solution internally when he realized he could partner with us to accomplish what he needed to. Sarah and Avery both also have years of parking experience, and Spot here on the demand channel side, and Avery was at Peak Parking on the parking operations side. We also have some notable parking strategic investors. So in the parking industry, it's a very relationship-driven industry. So we've realized that by bringing in the right partners and giving them incentive alignment through investment, we'll be able to grow much faster than traditionally. Our exit strategy is likely an acquisition. We've had multiple offers so far. Parking, usually the multiples are about 8 to 12x for B2B SaaS companies. We've continued getting more and more acquisition offers, most of which are companies that have and strategic investors on this page right here. And we've kind of taken the approach of, hey, let's date before we get married. And we know that PE is also a big player in the parking industry as well. Our ask, so we just finished up a Series seed round of $3 million. So I'm not going to be asking for any money here, but I appreciate it all the way. So right now, we would just like some introductions to hoteliers. That's a fast-growing vertical for parking and the Ocra itself. Commercial real estate, parking asset owners and managers. If anyone has connections there, we'd appreciate any introductions. And then any interest in the future round, we'd always love to have those conversations ahead of time. In summary, we're a B2B SaaS company that's in revenue in the parking industry. We're doing about 600K ARR right now. We're on track to do 2.1 million ARR by end of year. We recently completed our seed round, which is allowing us to pour gas in the fire and continue growing. And then we're building the parking dream team, but for both parking and software experts to try and build the API layer for the parking industry. Thank you.